Hi guys, today we have some really nice IEMs to talk about from Melody Wings, the Venus and the Jupiter. The Venus is their first release that features a 3 balanced armored driver and a single dynamic driver setup, and it costs around 180 euros from maxgaming. It is their more premium offering, which shows from the packaging to the accessories. The Jupiter is then geared more towards mobile listeners, and it features a single really nicely tuned 10mm titanium plated dynamic driver, and the stock cable has only a USB-C plug for mobile usage. The Jupiter then costs only 85 euros from maxgaming. The Venus comes with a bunch of stuff like this really premium feeling brown leather pouch. The cable of the Venus is a really good looking and feeling silver plated modular cable that has great screw in locking mechanism for the connector. The connectors you get here are the standard 3.5mm one, a balanced 4.4mm one, and a USB-C connector. The included ear tips feel really high quality as well. You get 6 pairs total. 3 of their black core ear tips focus more on an analytical listening experience, and 3 of their colored core ones for more musical experience. I tried these briefly before swapping to my trusty Spinfits, and the difference were there, but it was really subtle. You also get a cleaning cloth and a cleaning brush, which are nice add-ons. With the Jupiter, the case is more traditional zipper case that has also a very sturdy feeling. The ear tips found here are balanced ones with the black core, and then these yellow ones have a more vocal emphasis. Again, the difference is very subtle but noticeable. The stock cable of the Jupiter is USB-C only, and it has an inline mic and volume controls. Personally, have no phone that uses USB-C as the connector, so I swapped the cable to this TripleWin cable for my testing. Both the Venus and the Jupiter feature the same kind of really nicely molded resin shell with real wood faceplates. The shell is super comfortable for me, and they are pretty much medium-sized, pretty lightweight pair of IEMs. They sit really closely in my ear, and I get no wearing fatigue with them. There are no extra pressure points on my earlobe or anything like that. It's very comfortable. The Venus comes only in this red colorway. With the Jupiter you have 2 choices, green and black, and this I believe is the black one. The nozzles are pretty much medium-sized with a nice lip that holds the ear tips in place really well. So I'd say both the Venus and Jupiter are really well-crafted IEMs. The Venus has a very balanced, maybe slightly V-shaped tuning for a really do-it-all listening experience for music. I haven't found a single song that sounds bad with these, and they just deliver a really refined listening experience. Some people may find the bass a bit lacking, but for my music taste, these just work super well. The separation of instruments on instrument-heavy tracks or instrumental tracks is super nice, and I can spot really neat small things from tracks that I have missed with some other IEMs. Like, yeah, everything sounds like they should with the Venus. The Jupiters are then really interesting. I don't know how they did it, but they do not really sound like a single dynamic driver IEM at all. They deliver a really nice V-shaped tuning with more sub-bass and bass than the Venus, and the mids are a bit more recessed than on the Venus. There's also a bit more energy on the highs as well, without sounding too harsh or sibilant. Going back and forth with the Venus, the biggest difference I hear is the bigger sub-bass rumble on the Jupiter. The vocals are a tiny bit behind than on the Venus, but overall the Jupiters do offer this really full listening experience. I really like the Jupiters for music, and they do really punch way above their price range. For gaming performance, I tested both only in Apex Legends with the normal audio mode, not the focused one, because I've tested many IEMs with the normal mode, and that way I can really notice the difference is better. Overall, they both do really well. The Venus is pretty much like a do-it-all IEM. It sounds really nice with music, and in Apex there is just no frequency range that sounds too little or too much. you kind of just forgot the IEMs are in your ear and can concentrate on the game you are playing, and that is pretty much what you'd want from an IEM. The soundstage is properly wide and detail retrieval is very nice. With them I haven't had those "how was that dude there" or "there is just too much happening, I can't keep track" moments, and like I said, they just work really well. I really have no bad things to say about the Venus. They are just really awesome, and for 180 euros they are really good. With the Jupiters, I feel like the bass is just a tad bit too much on Apex, and while it does offer a lot of that immersion, it tends to mask some of those minute details when a lot of stuff is happening. When the map is more silent in those early phases and you are finding your first prey, then these do really shine. The soundstage is really wide and you can pinpoint those footsteps or other distant sounds really well. But yeah, when abilities start going off, you start shooting yourself and explosions are happening, it just becomes a bit too crowded for my taste. However, I do wonder if taming that sub bass and bass with an EQ, the experience would be better. I really do feel like it. Since the details are there, they just become a bit veiled. I think I need to try EQing these, and if it works, I will drop a sticky comment with the settings I used. But yeah, overall, I've been super impressed with the Melody Wings offerings. They both shoot way above their price bracket and deliver fantastic performances in music listening and games as well. I do hope the Jupiter would have a standard audio plug instead of the USB-C one, or two models that you could choose from, since they really are awesome for regular use cases as well, not only for mobile listening. But yeah, that is all for this one. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye.